welcome to the Elevate Show. Ladies and gentlemen of Benjamin Zulu.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What would you do, or have you ever thought of what would happen or what you would do if you were told you've got maybe a week to leave, 2 weeks to leave, maybe a year, but it has a timeline? Have you ever thought about it? And if you have, what have you thought about?
I know I have it. I just don't know how long.
That's the thing. Now you have a timeline. You have a week or 2 weeks now.
I think when it comes from the doctor, it hits different.
Yes.
But we all know we are born with it.
Yes.
I read a book called Countdown, and it told me that concept.
Yes.
That you don't have to wait for a diagnosis to know that there is a time running out. When there's a pain, it's a different kind of a thing.
Yes.
Hoping I'll never have to deal with that kind of diagnosis, but I've thought about the limitedness of time. And sometimes those who are told they have this kind of time, like Ezekiel in the Bible, he was told by God he has been added 15 years. And sometimes before that 15 years, some of his friends who had no deadline had died.
Yeah.
So I am aware. I hope I never have to deal with that. I feel it when somebody has to be given that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Chronic, it won't heal.
Yeah.
Worse still, it is taking your life away. There's a lady called Nightbird who appeared on America Got Talent. She was on the last days of cancer, that it cannot be cured now. You can only wait for nature to take its course, and you'll be given this short time. She started singing, went around America Got Talent, singing her songs.
Yes.
And called herself Nightbird. A nominous name, sort of.
Yeah, it is.
But disappearing into the night.
Yeah.
You know, but she inspired people, and even after she passed on, people took up to just continue that legacy. So yes, I hope your loved one don't have to deal with that, but I hope you also live with the awareness that with or without diagnosis, you're already diagnosed with death. Nobody's getting out of here alive.
Nobody is. Nobody is.
But I think somebody said the point is not to never die.
Yeah.
Is to start something that will never die.
That's true.
Is to live before you die. Sometimes when you focus so much on the death, you end up not living.
That's true.
And I saw a quote by Charlie Chaplin. He was a comedian. But he said, I like walking in the rain because people can't see my tears. Why would a comedian talk about tears? Yeah. Because you looked happy. We think comedians are always happy.
Yes.
He just entertaining people and all that. But sometimes when you come to find in the background, I saw a person who listed and said, after you live long enough, you come to realize happiness is more of a decision than an happening.
Okay.
It's not a happening.
No, it's not.
It's a decision.
Yes.
You decide to arise early with positive spirits. But many of us live in black and white. We're either going through a happy time or a hard time. So when you ask, how are you doing? You try to gauge
Niko wapi.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are my things?
Yes.
If you recently got a better job, you have a baby, or you are newly married, or you have this good, whatever is going on well now, you associate that with high mood. My things are good because you count the things. That's where we get it wrong. There's a lady who kept calling me. We do radio interviews. She would ask me for input on the discussion. So she would call me, and we did that for several years.
Yes.
She was very happy, open-spirited, and conversational like that. One day, the conversation about visually impaired came up. And she informed him that she was one of them. That lady was blind, and I had never known. We would just laugh on the air, talk, enjoy, and it never came up. You couldn't sense it. What is that? Some of us, we don't have that severe impairment that you cannot see.
Yes.
But we have such an impairment of happiness that we can't even live life.
Yes.
I was asking, how do you conduct research? She said, I found my way around. There's a lady also who sings Ominde, something like that. Mary. Yes. I think it's Mary, right?
Mary.
Mary
Otieno.
Otieno, yes.
Mary Otieno.
So she commented humorously about her blindness.
Yes.
She said, I'm glad that I can't see all the sin in this world.
Oh, but it's true though.
I can't see all the temptations. I can focus. I just want you to see the attitude.
Yes.
Mikali, I told you the other day that those who are physically challenged, you see it and you pity them.
That's true.
Those who have a disease, a diagnosis they have to manage daily, you see it and you pity them. And we all wish for all of us to have a good health.
Yes.
But let me tell you, you will have a challenge that will bring you depression, even when you are able-bodied. You will have a challenge that will take away all your sunny days and leave you gloomy, negative, suicidal, giving up, unable to talk, and low spirits. You will drop your head over rent arrears, over some job that you don't have, over somebody wanted who rejected you. And yesterday I was telling people, I told them, I'm not trying to be preachy, but I've made a cunning observation. Whenever you are about to find what you to enter into what you are being preparing for, hoping for, pushing for, praying for, when it's about to come, the guys who tend to pull you back to wrong life usually show up first. The ex who you can't resist, who has a password to your heart, will buzz your phone. The guys who buys you alcohol, all of it, will invite you. The people whom you know, it just takes like this and the Wi-Fi have connected. Wi-Fi remembers.
It does.
I don't know why our heart
connects immediately.
If you once put password first time, next time you come,
it doesn't need password. It can access.
So our heart, the guy who connects you to your heart automatically, comes within vicinity. And I told him, I made a very cunning observation. This world is so energetic.
Yes.
Sometimes that thing that wanted to crash you down comes just as a humdinger for a runner for the real joy of your life, for the real breakthrough. And I told them, I observed that sometimes I think I'm stuck, but I just keep missing the junction. When I would have found the connection I wanted, the deal I wanted, or finally finish the project, or when the thing that had delayed me for a year and I'm so tired of waiting, you're fatigued. You know, we have project fatigue or waiting fatigue. You're just tired of telling people I'm still waiting. Not yet. You stop updating people because you have no news.
And they keep asking.
It's the same thing. Then when finally that money you wanted to complete the project, that thing, when it's just about to come, something to discourage you arrives first, or to pull you down to your lower life. Something to distract you tends to arrive first. So I learned to watch. When I hear the barking of the dogs of temptation, of appetites for the wrong, when I hear the dogs wagging that, hey, looking for it, when I hear magnetic pull, I ask, could it be that what I have been waiting for has arrived? So, Michael, it's possible to remain in a cycle of stress, desperation, giving up when you look at happenings. If you look at energy and say, I'll face at it with confidence and joy, and I know what I'm here to do will happen, you can transcend anything. And to finish your story, I met one person who we talked about my situation, and they called to encourage me, only to learn, they did not tell me, only to learn that when they called me, they had a daddy they needed to bury, and they did not bring it up. Their dad had passed. They did not even bury them. But when they hear you have your own, somebody in hospital, you have gone through things, I've had these kind of things, they even send kind of support, you are shocked. I couldn't heap on you my problems. Mine were more manageable, and his perspective shocked me. Say, okay, this person is dead, I cannot resurrect them. Yours is alive, we need to wake them up. So you needed the money more urgently. So brother, are you out of the hospital? We can talk. Look at that perspective. Sometimes joy comes from perspective. Don't wait to be given it to you by life. Take it yourself.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. It feels like it's a muscle that needs to be grown. It doesn't automatically come to you to just be like, everything is falling apart around me, but I have to see past that and, find joy in those spaces. So what can we do to just probably build that muscle?
There's a psychologist called Emile Coué, kind of French name. Emile Coué told people to answer that question of, how can I set my mind already to be positive? And he gave us a mantra called, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Just make it that your affirmation.
Iseme pole pole. Tunahitaji, si ndio? Ati alisema nini?
Every day, in every way, I'm getting better, and better. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. So that if your friend betrays you, it has made me better. If money you are scammed, it has made me, I'm wiser now. If you delay, some annoyances like you miscalculated and traffic arrested, now you know Nairobi, next time you are wiser. If you apologize and you are humiliated, you have learned how to humble yourself. If your child is angry with you and you negotiate, you have learned to negotiate with the child. If you delay to get married, you have learned to educate those who encourage those who are being delayed. Anything that is negative and you say, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And remember, we never smoothen wood with smooth sandpaper. It must be rough to produce smoothness. Life is like that. It won't prepare you with ease. It prepares you with friction. When the ego wants the young ones to fly, she turns the nest upside down to stop being a mattress and become thorns. They usually turn the sticks up to start pricking. Sometimes you're pricked by life because it's time to fly. Sometimes you're pushed, and those who needed to help you used to complain when my friends or people I expected to fundraise for me or support me disappear. Then somebody told me, if we assisted the butterfly to break the cocoon, it wouldn't develop the strength to fly. Yeah. Sometimes stop blaming them. God removed them so that they don't overhelp you out of your next phase.
Absolutely.
You stop overspending, living beyond your means, because you can always borrow your friend. Learn to live within your means. That's why I removed them. So for you to learn to live with what you have. Yes. So sometimes you set it early by saying, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better.
Ukiona kwa Instagram post, ignore. If you know, you know. And the guest today resonates with this story because at the age of 7 months old, he was diagnosed with sickle cell. And he was told, 18 ukifika, yani hapo sasa ndio mwisho. But he's here with us. And the thing that he does will shock. Even I love that you gave the example of Charlie Chaplin.
Yes.
Because he's a comedian.
Wow.
He's busy making our lives better, inspiring lives, and making us laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the one, the only legendary Akuku Danger. Welcome back to the Elevate Show. Just before the break, we had a very interesting conversation, and I hope you tuned in and you have that mantra with you. Mtanisaidia kusema pamoja. Mmeshika? Haya, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And that's the attitude you're getting into the second beat of this show. And the question that we are asking you today is, who is that one person who always stands by you no matter what? Who is that person who always stands by you no matter what? NTV Kenya on all of our social media platforms. Indulge us, give us your story. And if you want to share your story as well, this is our email address. Just make sure that you write to us and we'll have you on the show as well. But right now, though, Akuku Danger is in the building. First of all, tuko tu hapo hivi tuko tumesema hizi buttons walikuwa wanajaribu kukumic.
Wanajaribu ati yo funga kifua. My beautiful ladies. Ona amefunga yake. Let me bring something that can make the ladies enjoy the show. Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
I don't know if you resonated with some of the things, and I don't know. We try and not tell Zulu everything.
Yes.
And when he talked about Charlie Chaplin, I was just like, oh my God, this is what you do.
Yes.
And you perform. You make us laugh, you make us smile, you inspire so many lives. But tuku behind the scene, ulipatiwa death sentence at 7 months old, uliambiwa 18 ukiona tutashukuru.
Ni Mungu.
How was that for you, growing up with that knowledge?
Growing up with that, it was actually quite a challenge, by the way.
Ulijua wewe at what age? Because about 7 months, pengine wewe hata uko unajua. But by the time unakuja kujua, kuna kitu inaendelea hapa hivi.
Now, you see, growing up, I used to be, I noticed I was not like the other kids. Kwetu hata our siblings and hata watoto tu in general. I wasn't like them. I was very sickly. I was very weak. I was very yellow, and I didn't know what was happening. Even my parents didn't know what was happening. Oh. They didn't know. So when I got to the age of 7 years, that was the first time I got diagnosed with sickle cell. But it's not a death sentence. I normally tell people, it's just like any other disease, any other condition. You just learn how to live with it, and here we are. Yeah.
So, but what was the living like? So the things that would make you different as a child.
Yeah.
Because at that point, probably you haven't built resilience of I know what is happening. But what was your life like? How different was it from the others?
First, I never, anytime nilikuwa naenda shule, there's some games I couldn't play. Usicheze. No, hakuna mtu anakuambia ningecheza, jioni ningeenda kucheza during the day, lakini usiku crisis. I'm sick, I can't do anything. So I remember actually all my primary school days sikuwaifanya exams na watu. Juu anytime exams ndio hiyo pressure ikiingia tu hivi kidogo, mazeni kuna crisis. I can't sit exams with my fellow classmates. So nilikuja na kuanga baadaye na kuja nafanya exams. So I was just nilikuanga tu hapo tu. Weakling flani. But nilikuwa cartoon mbaya.
Of course.
Nilikuwa cartoon mbaya. So I remember, I think that is where I actually found myself as a person. because unless you accept who you are, that's when the miracles begin to happen.
Absolutely.
So at that particular moment, I realized, well, I'm different, but people actually like me.
Yeah.
My classmates actually like me. I make them, they don't bully me. Nikukatai ni pale, upepo kikuja kidogo, itani nizalipeleka. But you see, they're still my friends.
Yes.
Nikiingia kwa class, ndio hiyo. So I found happiness in that. That became my world, whereby I could escape when reality actually is there. Like, things are not working out for me. I'm sick and everything. But then I could find happiness in comedy, in making people laugh.
Yeah.
Then I realized maybe that is my purpose as a person on this earth, to make people feel. You see, they say your gift, your purpose is not the gift that you have. It is how your gift make people feel about you. Now that is your purpose. And once you have your purpose, now you can now live. There is nothing that actually can. Mimi watu hata mtu akaniambia Akuku Danger sijui nini anakuanga na sickle cell. I'm like, no, hiyo ni yako bana. At the end of the day, we are here to make fun. We are here to live.
Yeah.
So ukianza kuwa hizo uye. Haitaweza.
Alafu sickle cell ni nini exactly, for anyone who's probably wondering maybe you can just give us a breakdown of what that is and what it means for you living every day.
Yeah. Now, sickle cell is an inherited disease. You inherit it from your parents, whereby it's a blood disorder, whereby now you can inherit the sickle traits from your parents. Wanaweza kuwa ni carriers. Wow, it does not affect them, but they just have they are just carriers. Haiwa affect. But sasa unapata ina manifest kwa mtoto. That's why right now what I'm trying to do as a person, because right now I'm able to understand this.
Yes.
When I was young, hakuna mtu angetupea hiyo information. Yeah, so right now, hata nyinyi wenye mna watch, before actually you go and uzae na mtu, please enda hospitali, do a screening. Yeah, is he a carrier? Because unaweza kuwa carrier na hujui. So many times I meet people, Akuku Danger, mimi nakuanga tu sawa. Bwanangu pia nakuanga tu sawa. Lakini mtoto wetu akona sickle cell. Aje sasa. Mimi niko sawa, mpaka they deny. But then I'm like, it is an inherited disease. You take it from mom and dad, and that's it.
Yeah.
Kwetu we are 6 siblings, but out of the 6 siblings ni sisi wawili pekee ndio tulikuwa na sickle cell. These others are carriers. So unapata wakipata spouse mwenye also is a carrier, mtoto lazima atakuwa nayo. Yeah. Okay. So before you give birth na mtu, and that will see, you guys get to screen yourself, and that's it.
Yeah. You're so full of life, Akuku, and you do all even your dancing is so funny, and you dance very well as well, and your skits and all of that. But you and your sibling, ndio wawili tu wenye mlipatikana mkona sickle cell, and you lost your sister as well. How was that for you, with the realization of ni sisi wawili tulikuwa nayo na sasa yeye hayuko?
Actually, she was the last born. Mimi, but she passed in the year 2023. 2023. Yeah. So when she passed, iliniuma sana, because mimi as a person, I was always saying kwa nyumba as a joke, like, mimi siku moja nikipata tu pesa tu poa sana. Because the only way you can treat sickle cell is through bone marrow transplant. So I was like, mimi siku moja nikipata tu pesa poa, I won't even go do bone marrow transplant for myself. Because I'm like 30-something. I've learned how to live with this, and this is my life. It is. There's nothing I can do. So I said, nikiwahi pata pesa poa sana, I'll make sure mtoto wetu amefanyiwa bone marrow transplant. At least, because the challenge is the nights that we cry because of this crisis, impossible. Mwikali, it's impossible. And I pigangi odi ati Akuku utakuwa msiki in the next 1 week. 1 minute na dance na wewe, 1 minute unajibamba, and then next minute I'm fighting for my life. So that's just it.
A couple of years ago, was it last year but one?
Last year but one, 2022.
Yes.
2021, 2022.
Yes. The whole nation came together for you, Akuku. And every day it was a question of akwaje and endeleaje, and then you came out of it, and just to see you back on the streets dance, because I mean kudazuja kuongea unaweza ongea tu. Shanga mtu ana dance, anatingisha hii mwili hivi yako sawa.
These days I think Zulu will agree with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that year, 2021, 2022,
Yes.
that's the worst it has ever gotten, me as a person, to be that sick. And I think I was in the ICU for the longest time possible. I didn't know what was happening. And at some point, they say there's something that happens. After I got well, I think from 2022, I've never been sick ever. So I think in one way or the other, I normally just love, I'm a very spiritual person, not religious. I'm very spiritual. Sometimes I tend to think, maybe that 2021, 2022, because at some point I even felt like I died. Yeah. Ooh. For lack of a better term.
Like, hauna uhai?
Not uhai. I could actually see things happening in the spiritual sense.
Okay.
But my body was actually sick. But I could see myself, and I could see people in the hospital wanting to see me and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so later on, when I got back my consciousness, I tried to involve some people who we can talk about some of these things. And according to them, it was something called astral projection. So when I was actually just about to, nilikuwa kwa hiyo ya one step that kidogo tu hivi nivuke to the other side. Oh, yeah, so I think I was at that point, and at that point, let me tell you, not to make this ama beautify ama kurembesha or anything, but death is actually very, very peaceful. Yeah, death is actually very, very peaceful. It is for people who are, when we are still in this particular body, it is us who feel that death is sad, but actually death is not sad. Death is a peaceful thing, very, very peaceful. It is nyinyi tu pekeni sisi wenye tuko hapa.
The whole place is so quiet. Yeah, nobody wants to breathe.
Naweza ona kwa sura yao. So at that point, when I was really, really, about to cross the other side, at that point, it was just me. Unajuanga zile wanasemanga kuna safari zingine itakangi mbogi.
Yeah.
Ni wewe and you are God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that point I could see myself, and that was the first time I actually felt like, yo, this is actually quite peaceful, because everything was silent. I could just see people looking over my body in the hospital, and Mimi Zaiza was just gliding in the skies, in the stars. People who have astral projected, they will tell you that. But I could actually see that. And now when I came back, from then, something happened. Something happened to me in a way that now, sijai kuwa mgonjwa at all.
Hata kahoma.
Sijai kuwa na crisis, ati uchungu, sijui wapi, never ever. So I think, for a lack of a better term again, I was born again. I was born again.
Yeah.
It's because when I came back now,
yes,
mi sijai kuwa mgonjwa, and that's it. I just take my normal meds, and that's it. Yeah. So that journey. Nimekushtua wewe pia.
No, Mwikali is experiencing what I experienced as a counselor. Yes. It's very hard to interview a positive person.
Yeah, I don't know.
They want to dwell on the negative.
I'm just like, oh my God. Where do we go from here? Yeah. But I totally understand. Yeah. It's a beautiful experience to have such positivity, especially when you've gone so far, so close to the end, and then come back and still continue to do the things that you do. But when you talk about like support system around you, family, friends, how is that circle like for you?
I have a very small circle, by the way, of friends.
Okay.
Very small. Yeah, but my family has always been very, very supportive.
Yeah.
Sana. To an extent, I was even making a joke the other day. It was an inside joke we used to make in the house. I was like, hey, yani father na mama, yani nyinyi, watu huku nje wana inherit mapesa from their parents, magari,
I see where this is going.
My yacht. Watu wanaachiwa maplots, malands. Alafu mimi mkaka chini hivi na madhe, mkamwa huyu kijana, huyu tumpe sickle cell. Huyu wewe leta trait moja, nilete trait moja.
Wekeleo kijana. Na wakakuchagua.
Wakanichagua na sister yangu. Yeah, but it's just something, we had learned, because Sickle cell inataka tu just management. If you can manage it well, it's just about taking your daily medication.
Okay.
You will live a normal life. Yeah, you'll just live a normal life like the other people. So when I started comedy, this is one thing that I really never wanted into the limelight. That nakuanga na sickle cell and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I felt as a person, mtu sasa pale ataanza kuwatch comedy yangu atakuwa zile za akiwoye, wacha tukuone. And mimi, for those who know me, mimi si akuangi mtu wa mapiti parties. No. Bana. If you want to enjoy my comedy because of that,
yes,
get out. Wacha nibaki na wenye wanataka tupige sherehe.
Yeah.
Tutapiga sherehe.
Because I think it came out clearly for maybe your inner circle people knew, but then for the rest of the world, I think ilitokea very, very later in life.
They got to know your time when I was sick.
Yeah.
But also, hapo ndio realize wa Kenya are very supportive.
Yeah.
Kenyans supported me so much. Unajua ilifika mahali my insurance ilikuwa depleted kabisa. And that's why pia huwa nasemanga, mazee mkionanga msanii sijui wanasema ati sijui mchangie bila ama nini. It does not mean that our judge cover ati hawana insurance cover.
Yeah.
They do. But for those who know, insurance cover inakuanga na limits. Ikifika at some point, now you have to get back to your pocket.
Yeah.
Now it reached a point whereby my insurance covers were all depleted.
Yeah.
Bill ndio hiyo saizo bado inatuangalia 13M pale mbele. But your Kenyans came through, walinisaidia na nikalipa hiyo 13 million. Industry friends, comedy friends. Actually, I think that is the time niliona, kumbe watu wananipenda hivi. Unaona? Yeah. But before then, unaona sasa kama ingekuwa ni kitu tu nimenyamazia.
Yeah.
Hakuna mwenye angekuja kunisaidia at the end of the day.
That's true.
But sasa nikaiangalia in a way, but now that they already know, how can we help the future generations? They do not make the same mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mimi as a person, mimi saizi bado sina mtoto. It's because I can't.
Because?
It's not because I can't. I can. But I choose to live a very, life yenye I have to be very, very keen on what happens around me.
Yes.
I can't just go about cohabiting na madem hapa na pale.
Akuku ako na girlfriend. Si ndio? Anaitwaje? Ati? Sandra Dacha. Like, so...
Munaribu.
Mimi hata sisi nimesema.
Munaribu.
Ati endelea tu pengine utatuambia juu ya Sandra na
we will get there if time allows. Well.
Yes.
But so unaona that's why nasema you have to be very, very keen because I wouldn't want to bring another child in this world mwenye bado anaenda kuwa na the same condition.
Yeah.
It is our job now to make sure that sickle cell dies with me. Or if it is a must to procreate, we have to do the screening with the spouse. Tujue akona hizi career. Kama hana, well and good, we move.
So hujafika hapo mahali penye pa kuenda screening as in hakuna bado ati okay.
No, tumeenda screening but tumeenda screening.
Yes.
But as a person now, hata ukitoa hizo vitu zote.
Yeah.
I've actually decided to have a marriage that is childless.
Child-free.
Yeah, sitaki mtoto.
Okay.
Yeah, not because I love kids.
Yeah.
Napenda watoto, but as a person, sitaki tu mtoto.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think I just want to live my life and that's it.
Good stuff. Zulu, umefikiwa.
When a comedian teaches you about death, that's new, isn't it?
It is new.
So my brother, that's deep. And what he said there reminded me of that scripture that says, "Blessed are those who die in the Lord from now on." And when he said death is peaceful, I think he left that element that he came to say later, born again, that kind of thing. Just to say, depending on where you are transitioning to, there's no problem. If somebody is transitioning to other problems, they are not ready, that's when they panic.
Yeah.
I think, Mikali, what he has surprised us is another person who was sick like you passed on.
Yes.
You did not dwell on it.
No.
You said, I still believe I will live. You went all the way to ICU and medical bills and the humiliation of having to know you're being donated for. You know, that's not a comical experience.
No.
There's no comedy there.
No.
That's life and death.
Yes.
What I read from this man is resilience, positive attitude.
Absolutely.
I think what Akuku Danger is challenging us is, do you have a problem of this magnitude? For you to go dropping your head and complaining and carrying bitterness through life?
It's a lesson.
Do you have a rest to wrestle for your life? And sometimes you don't know when the illness will come. He's taking the positive times. When you're asking him about illness, he said, yeah, I was sick, but since then I've been healthy. He's focusing on the positive. I think we can borrow from this man to take one day at a time and be grateful for what is going on right before we complain for what went wrong.
Yes.
By just being grateful, maybe that's why he's being given more things to be grateful for. More good days, more healthy days. And my brother, I hope, even if he does not get children, he is already creating life in us.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you create life biologically, other times you create it energetically by igniting our spirits, teaching us how to be positive, and holding our hand, telling us, I've been through challenges that threatened my life. Yeah. And I came out making people laugh. Yeah. You can make yourself smile at least.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. And Akuku, just before we go on a break, I'd just like to find out, when you went through this whole experience and you were in hospital for a long time and you came out of it, do we have, as a country, do we have systems to help? Awareness, has it been created enough, in your opinion? And could there be more to be done?
I think there is too much room for improvements.
Yeah.
As a country, first of all, healthcare is very, very expensive in this country.
Yeah.
Very, very expensive. Yeah. So first, I think, let me talk for this particular group, sickle cell, because the parents who are actually taking, the caregivers, you know, there's some places that you go and Mwikali, you will look at the kids and, you know, it is bad because, one, they cannot afford medication. Two, they cannot afford the nutrition requirements that, you know. So unapata mtoto hapo hivyo, they are very sick. Their mom doesn't know what to do with them because medication is expensive. Do you know, out of 10 hospitals, only 2 yenye utapata wako na the right medication ya sicklers. Yeah. Kuna drug inaitwa hydroxyurea. The sicklers or the warriors caregivers, you know. But this particular drug, 1 tablet goes for actually around 55 bob. That is one. Remember, you have to take them daily. What? So imagine mama uko, because sickle cell actually affects people from the Lake region, Kisumu, Western, Mombasa. Those are the areas where the prevalence is a bit high.
Okay.
So unapata mama ako pale saa zingine na watoto watatu, all of them are sicklers. Remember, they need to go to school, they need to eat, they need to...
Yes,
wachana hata na shule sasa. Medication itself, because unapata, like me, I have to take those 2 tablets daily. These kids, they have to take 1 daily. 1 is 55. Kuna dawa ingine tena hapo juu inaitwa folic acid. 1 is 10 bob. Hiyo ni 60 bob. Parent mgani atachukua 60 bob daily? Imagine, wewe unajua venye home inakaanga ushago. Wachana, at least some people, you know, at least they are lucky hapa na pale, they might get a few things.
Yeah, but it doesn't choose. It napata mtu wa town, napata mtu wa nyumbani. It doesn't choose really.
It doesn't choose. Yeah. So it is quite expensive. So I feel like the government should come up with a way that the prices of these drugs can be subsidized and they can be readily found everywhere. Okay. And also, just like we have cancer centers, we also need to have hospitals that particularly just deal with this particular condition, the sicklers, peke yake, because there are some places you'd go. Mwikali, let me tell you, do you know kuna time nimewai enda OC, nilienda tu event. So kwenda huko event, huko side za LD, nikaenda show, tukapiga show. And it has happened so many times. This is just one situation. So nikaenda LD, tukapiga show overnight. Everything was nice. Kufika around 4 asubuhi, nasikia crisis imeniweka chini. My kiuno yangu ina. For those who don't understand, crisis is for sicklers. Because your red blood cells, our red blood cells are sickled in shape. They are not circular like normal people. Again, for lack of a better term. So unapata yetu it gets depleted so fast. So unapata ukiwa na crisis, it means zimekuwa thick that they can't go through the capillaries and the veins is the joints. So unapata kama imekwama hapa hivi, hii mguu itauma vibaya sana. I can't even walk.
So you know it's here.
I know it's here.
Nasikia tu mwili fanya anajua iko hapa.
Najua ni hapa, najua ni hapa, najua ni kiuno, and that's it. You can't move. Yeah. You're sick. So I get sick in the morning at 4 a.m. kidogo nikapelekwa hosi. Kwenda kwa hosi, doctors wenye wako hata kwa hiyo hosi hawajui hata what to do with the sicklers. So wewe ndio unaanza kujitreat. Unaanza daktari,
uko na hii drug?
Uko na normal saline? Niweke 2. Haya, hiyo ni maji. Haya, naweza pata hii nini? Haya, nidunge 1. Aya, ebu angalia HB yangu ikoaje. But that only comes with now age, unaona, with age. Like, but sasa watoto wadogo, they don't know.
They don't.
So chances of them passing away is so easy. Unapata wameingia hosi, daktari yeye atamwangalia, atasema, akona sickle cell. Hii wacha tumuongeze maji. But unapata behind any crisis, there has to be either dehydration or there might be infection. Infection is kwa malaria mahali, inakumaliza so fast. So many doctors don't know this. Unless wewe unajijua as a person, it is very hard. So unapata mtoto, so many kids, you'll find them, most of them do not even make it past 18 because one, they don't understand their body well.
Yes.
They don't know what's happening. Wanajua tu, mom, mimi nasikia niko msick. Mom, mimi nasikia hapa. But sasa, mimi at my age now, I can tell. Naweza jua, na nasikia funny. Unajua, mimi as a person, naweza feel crisis ikitoka huko. Naweza sikia, siko poa. Siko poa. Leo wacha ni rest. Wacha nifanye hivi. Yeah, so it's quite a challenge.
So see killer crisis in anidingi hosi. You
No.
can, once you've been
can
able,
manage
you can
from
manage.
the house.
Okay.
Yeah, you can manage yourself from the house. Kuna crisis ingine kikuja, una feel kidogo, you just have some warm water as a therapy, ukunywe, and then with a few painkillers, then you will be back on your feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break right now, but when we come back, we'll open up the floor to all of your questions. And kuna swali ya jajibu, sindio? Aya, so lakini si mko na time ya kumuuliza nyinyi. Akuku nisamehe, na niko na swali yangu pia after the break. But we'll be right back. The question we're asking you today is, who is that one person who always stands by you no matter what? Who is that one person that stands by you no matter what? NTV Kenya on all our social media platforms. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Elevate Show. We're talking about resilience through laughter, living, loving, and thriving with chronic illness. And Akuku Danger is in the building. Just before the break, nilikuwa na swali yangu personal. Kabla tufungue huku. Akuku Danger, jina yako ya ukweli ni?
Ya ukweli.
Ile sasa ya M-Pesa. Ama M-Pesa. Unajua pia wasanisi wa rangi poa. Mnaweza kuacha mlienda huko mkachange kwa Akuku Danger. Jina ile walikupatia ukifanya ya kwanza.
Ile ya kwanza.
Yes.
But yeah, Akuku Danger is actually, it's a sort of my name.
Yes.
Because my grandfather ni alikuwa anaitwa
Akuku Danger.
Alikuwa na mabibi wengi.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my grandfather.
So lakini sasa, okay.
Lakini sasa jina ya kitambulisho ni Manason Ojowi.
Ati nini hiyo?
Manason Ojowi Ochieng.
Manason
Ojowi
Ochieng.
Yes.
Okay, umenijibu.
Bas.
Happiness.
Na utume M-Pesa.
Sina namba wase. Nataka tu namba nitatuma. And the floor is open.
Thank you very much. My name is Rafael Irongo from KC University. And I have one question for you, Akuku. You say that throughout this journey, the challenges have been a lot. So I wanted to know, like, what specifically gives you the strength to move on, bearing in mind that these illnesses, you know that you can't heal maybe, and it's so bad and so difficult. So what keeps you going on, and what can you tell someone who is also not only that illness, but other chronic ones like cancer, HIV? So what can you advise that person so that they can move on? Thank you.
All right.
I normally just say one thing. Once you realize, once you accept who you are and you accept that you are not like them, that's when the miracles will begin to happen.
Yeah. Zuli, do you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I think he's emphasizing self-acceptance and taking the positive side of what you have to deal with. And he even downplayed the problems so that people don't make him just pity, wishy. Yes. I hope he will be funny. Let's to check in into to support. He said he didn't want that. He wanted you to actually show him whether he's actually is he reaching you?
Yeah.
Am I funny?
You know, and he's saying he discovered that he could just be a cartoon. early on, you know, and people were happy to see him. And I think I relate to that because the first time I heard the word humor, somebody was telling me you're humorous. I didn't know that word in English.
Yeah.
They were just telling me, oh, you're funny. You know, that kind of a thing.
Yes.
And I think to answer that is, he's saying, I think I have something I can offer the world beyond my problem. If you learn to say what he's saying, that besides my problem, I have a talent, I have a presence, I have Mr. Beast. People know him for being very famous YouTuber. But you know, he also has a chronic autoimmune condition. He says sometimes it strikes him, he's down, he can't rise, but the days he can rise, he'll go all out. Where it will find him, he will sit there. When it goes away, he wakes up. You see that kind of attitude. And you know him to be all that famous. You refer to people like Eric Omondi, you've seen the struggles in his family, he's burying loved ones, and he's out here just making fun, making money along the way. I think what we are learning from him is that try to see what positive you have, rather than just writing a banner, help me, help me, help me, I have this sickle, I have this problem, donate here, donate here, donate here. There are times to donate, but there's a time you can contribute to the world a real talent.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for that. Yes.
Kwa majina naitwa Agnes Omtai. Niko na swali. Nilikuwa nauliza Akuku, umesema ujisikii kupata mtoto.
Hello. Hello.
Na kwa mtandao tunaona ni kama una date. So girlfriend wako atachukua aje jambo hilo? Ama yeye pia ashakubali ataki kupata mtoto? Ama haupangi kuoa?
No, lazima nioe. Lazima nioe. Hizi pesa tutakula na nani? But but it's just a decision that I made as a person. I think again, I normally don't love to hii part ingine inanifanyanga sijui aje. But the thing is as a person, I just don't want to have kids because I saw myself the way my parents would have sijui niweke aje, but saa zingine najiangalia venye my parents walikuwa wananiangalia, unaona? Because I caused them so much pain that when I know they might not have expressed it in front of my face or anything of the sort, but that was the first support system that I actually had. But at the end of the day, ukiacha hizo vitu zote, being supportive and any other thing, you realize that one, kuna tu venye at some point walikuwa na feel vibaya in as much as nikena. Do you know mimi after high school mwikali nilimaliza shule form 4 in 2008, but I came to join university in 2012. Job the director for the was my classmate.
Alikuwa class rep ukiniambia?
Yes, alikuwa class rep. Alikuwa Mr. Mimi by the way. Job kutembea hivi.
Unasema ako na mapozi?
Ukivaa bikini, wewe unacheza na Job wewe. Afanye ndevu hivi. Wewe unacheza na Job. So after I finished my high school in 2008, you see, your time watu walikuwa nakanga home, I think 1 year, and then now we joined university. But now mimi I ended up nilika home for 5 good years. The reason nilika home for 5 good years is because my mom alikuwa nataka, yes, alikuwa ananisupport kabisa, because mimi nilikataa. I told my father wanted me nisome kwa university ama college yenye kukaribu na nyumbani. Such that they can see me every day, they can take care of me every day. But my mom alimwambia nikiwa hapo, akamwambia sasa akioa utaenda kuishi na wao kwa nyumba moja. Let that young man go do whatever he wants. Because at that point I knew I was very funny, because hiyo 5 years yote, hiyo kampa high school yote, I knew I was very funny. So I was like, nikikaa na hii talent hapa Migori, kwetu ni Migori. I was like, nikikaa na hii talent hapa hivi Migori, there is nowhere I will go. I will just be a village champion. Unajua wale wenye ukienda kwa village unasikianga wao ndio wana. But I didn't want that. I wanted to come to the city whereby tungangane umundo kumundu. There are other funny people in Nairobi, because hiyo time nilikuwa na watch Churchill show, I could see Eric Omondi, kina Ayeya, God rest his soul. You know. So I was like, man, this is what I want. I could tell my dad, this is what I want. Hii kitu yenye mnataka nisome hapa Migori, hakuna mahali nitafika kwa TV nikisoma hapa Migori. So one day kidogo madhe akanitafutia kafea chini ya maji, akaniambia wewe fanya hivi, wewe kimbia Nairobi. Hiyo ni shule gani unataka kwenda? I told her, mimi nataka kwenda Multimedia University. Sawa, chukua 3000, endo book gari, wewe enda, go and find out kama unaweza ingia. So I traveled to Nairobi, nikakuja Nairobi, kidogo kidogo nikaregister kila kitu. Nikaambiwa nitatumiwa kama nimechukuliwa ama sijachukuliwa in 1 week's time. So I go back to Migori. Kurudi hivi in 1 week's time naitwa multimedia. I was very happy. Hii time yote Father hakuwa anajua, mimi nilikuja tu sasa na hiyo nikamwambia Father, ndio hii nimeitwa Multimedia University. Wacheni niende.
Yeah.
And that's how I started my journey. Yes. Yeah. So at some point, to answer your question, nilikuwa na feel tu at some point, sitaki nikuwe huyo mbaba mwenye pia sasa, sitaki tu mtoto in short. I just got traumatized. Yeah. I love kids so much. Yeah. So nilisemanga watoto wa sister yangu, wa ndugu zangu, those will be my kids. I'll be the rich uncle.
What's up? We have another question.
My name is Faraj. So, first of all, I want to thank you to share your story. There are so many people outside there wanateseka and they can't share that story. So, my question is, wakati wenye ulikuwa pale kwa spiritual world, wakati wenye ulitoka, what was your first thing to do? Then secondly, ni nini likudrive kuingia kwa comedy industry? Then last question, who is your role model?
All right, so tuanze, my role model. My role model is actually someone who is not even in entertainment hata kidogo. He's some guy, but humjui. But he's just a personal friend who helps me 1-2. Yes, somewhere outside entertainment hata kabisa. Yeah, because at the end of the day, job tulisoma naye sijaitafuta kazi mpaka wa leo. So sometimes I also want saa zingine tu kuangalia other side of me apart from entertainment. I want to learn because entertainment wise your role model can be so many people. Yeah, you can be yourself, but I don't want to say that I'm my own role. There's some people who I also look up to. They can also guide you 1, 2, 3, 4. Swali ya pili ilikuwa ni
what made you choose comedy?
What made me choose comedy?
Yeah.
Now, comedy, sasa pale comedy nikiwa high school, in my form 4, I realized I could make people happy. Vibaya sana kwa class. Mwalimu angetoka hivi mimi nasimama hapo hivi na mkopi. Watu wanacheka, naitwa Akuku kuja, natandikwa, narudi, So nika notice kumbe watu wananipenda. So after high school kukakuwa na some auditions kidogo hivi ya talent. There was some, kama uko talented. I didn't know I could do comedy professionally or as a career. Yeah. So I just went there, nika audition, hapo Migori, nikapita, hivyo. Then now when I came to Nairobi, now for the very first time in 2012. I came in 2012, sasa nikaambiwa, now welcome to the city. Sasa venye umekam, si ulikuwa unataka kuingia Churchill show? Sasa basi, twende on Thursdays. Tutakuwa tunafanya carnival pale auditions za Churchill show. Huyo ni a classmate of mine, ndiye alikuwa ananiambia juu venye niliingia campus. This guy was very funny kwa class, mbaya sana. Alikuwa anatuchekesha. Alikuwa anaitwa Bula. Yes. Bula was already on Churchill show. So akaniambia, bro, wewe pia ni mfani. Unajua hii time yote sijai perform anywhere. Niko tu mfani tu hapa kwa class, zile kurusharusha maneno hapa pale watu wanaisha. So he tells me, twende Churchill show man, enda ujaribu, unaweza kuwa mnoma. So 2012 yote nilienda auditions, sikuwaipewa show hata once. 2013 yote nilienda auditions, sikuwaipata show hata once.
Kwani hizo auditions ni kila
every week, every Tuesday ilikuwa ngani audition Churchill show. Every Tuesday, Wednesday na Thursday. So Tuesday ukichukuliwa, unarudi Wednesday, una refine jokes, alafu Thursday ni sasa day ya show.
Okay.
Ndio unaingizwa kwa orodha. So hizi wiki zote, these so many years, I came 2012, 2013, I got my first show in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the first time nilipewa show. Nikamwambia, sawa leo unaweza jaribu. Nikaingizwa. Wow. But pia saa zingine, mimi kuitwa stage nilipata hivi Churchill kwanza introduce, ladies and gentlemen, there is a new comic, the new sensation is a funny man. Please put your hands together for Akuku Danger. Kufika hivi stage, nikapigwa na mwangaza hizi. Nikashangaa kumbe stage inakaanga hivi. Kidogo mademu wenye mekama hapa hivi mbele wote wamevaa sketi zinafika hapa. Mimi ni kijana nimetoka Migori.
Jameni, hujazoea hii mambo.
Sijazoea hii mambo. Unaangalia paja ya mtu inafanana na maembe.
Hey!
We.
Yo.
So kuingia hivi,
Network.
msichana wa kwanza hapa, wa pili hapa, network kidogo ikaanza ku.
We.
Do you know Mwikali nilisalimia watu 5 minutes kwa hiyo show.
Hawa.
Mistari zote zilienda. Kila kitu ilienda.
No.
I ended up, watu wa nyuma mko fiti? VIP mkoaje? Wapi makofi ya DJ pale? Sasa hizo unajaribu kufikiria.
Joke yangu ilikuwa gani?
Joke yangu ilikuwa gani? But you guys show some love for Churchill. Kuna kitu inakuja kwa mind. Nilisikia tu Churchill alikuja kanitoa stage. Churchill akuja akasema, ladies and gentlemen, it is his first time, this is very normal, nini. But to me, it wasn't normal. It wasn't normal. Do you know nililia all the way from Carnival mpaka kwa bedsitter yangu Rongai. From Sanani usiku.
This for years.
This is what I've wanted for years.
You've gotten it. Ulikuwa umeambia wazazi nyumbani waone show.
Father, leo saa mbili NTV saa 2. Niko najiita Akuku Danger. Jota kujua jile nitatumia. So father akangoja hii saa 2. Akanicall saa 3. Mulisema hiyo kitu ni NTV ama
Because you didn't make it on air.
I didn't make it on air.
You need a recording.
Nikamwambia father, wacha tu nitakwambia. And that was it. But then I realized years later on, after I started being on the show.
Yeah.
I realized babangu pia alikuanga fan wangu mkubwa sana.
Yeah.
Sana because the first time he saw me on TV, maybe I was not there, but nilikuwa naambiwa sasa with my siblings. He was very happy. He was very happy. And that is the first time. Juu angenitumia hata fare ya kwenda kani. Unajua wait pale the student as a comrade. Saa zingine uko tu na 250 peke yake na kutoka Rongai mpaka Carnival na urudi hiyo 200 ishaisha. So for this saa zingine angeniambia sawa na kutumia kitu angenipea ka 300. Wewe na auditions na asi make it na bado ananipea tu. So all these years angenipea fare ya kwenda tu Carnival kujaribu. So when I eventually made it on the screen, I was very happy.
Resilience was saying.
So pale kwa Astro
sorry,
karibu ni sawa pole. So pale the experience is actually very beautiful. That's why I say, but I'm not glorifying death or anything. But eventually when everyone's time comes, itakuwa imekam, si ndio? That's the truth first, yeah?
That is the truth.
So as a person, I think when I was in that world, it was a time for me to deliberate, kujita mkutano. It was just nitamu. Acha tu nikwambie hivyo. It was the way I could see things. It was the way we see things in this realm is actually different the way things are in different dimensions. Yeah, so in that particular dimension it was actually just mimi peaceful, no pain, no nothing. Unajua sijui wangapi wanakulanga jaba hapa?
Hawatainua mkono.
Okay, sawa.
Waulize time ya chai huku nje.
Nitawauliza hapa nje. So it's wanasemanga serotonin ndio inakuanga for the angoa. Hiyo. So you see the way if someone uses a drug, if someone uses anesthesia, the way they feel, that is it's almost there. So hakuna pain, there is no nothing, you're just there, you're just observing things. But I can't talk. So when I came back, the first thing when I opened my eyes, I saw my parents. I saw my father and my sister. But at that point, I didn't even know, I couldn't know that they are my father and my... Niliwangalia hivi kwanza nikasema, now tunakaa familia. Nakuonanga wapi? That's the first question I asked. Because now me, I didn't know them. So after some time, it took some time before now things could now start unfolding again. Things zianze to make sense on my end. Yes. And there's some things that I actually forgot along the way. Kuna madem pia nilikuwa nimesahau. Kabisa. Not because I wanted, but now, later on now, kumbe nilikuwa nakujuanga. But si ati sikuwa na, it went, that memory went. So unapatanga, there are so many things, tiny details zilipotea, so now I have to patch them up along the way as we move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is actually something that happens when you're about to die. Your mind actually inaanza kudelete pole ikirudi nyuma, because I couldn't even know nimekuwa hospital for how long. I couldn't know. My friend aliniambia umekaa hapa hivi. I couldn't even know that nimetolewa hospital ingine kukuja kwa hii hospital ingine. That's how bad it was. So I didn't know anything.
Okay, cool. Zulu.
I think one thing is saying, I think when you have experienced rock bottom, near-death experience, or when you have lost everything, you lose your pettiness.
Oh, yeah.
You don't hold grudges or remain petty or competing or envious or jealous when you have faced life and death. I think those of us who have lost loved ones and you see the casket going down, goodbye, you're wondering, if I carry to the last end of my life, fulani, stay bangesha, fulani, stay sahau, kitu alinifanyia, wewe, hivi siku moja. I think, Mikali, one thing I'm learning from this good brother of ours who came in to share this experience with us is he's walking light through life.
Yeah.
There's something they usually put when they write obituaries in the papers. They say, I'm getting ready for the flight. Then he quotes that first, that letting go of all the sin and entanglements that so easily beset me. You know, I travel light through life. I just want to encourage us, calculate what's worth carrying. Is it worth to carry an ex who hurt you? Is it worth carrying that baby mama or baby daddy who just throws negative things at you? Is it worth carrying the person who rejected you, gave the job to another person unfairly? Is it worth carrying that offense or person who did not love you? What if you come to the end of your life full of grudges, envy, unhealed wounds, pain, regrets, hatred, bitterness? Is it worth it? Don't wait until you can hit his rock bottom. Maybe he was sent there, like the guy who prayed for the person to be sent from the dead, to go warn the living. Maybe he's the Lazarus for us, who was being asked to be sent from the dead, to come and warn us that you better travel light so that you cross peacefully. For me, I'm borrowing from him that you can have everything to be angry about, but one day it will be deleted. Your mind won't carry it. Even the list you have written, I have written the names of I've blacklisted you. your brain will remove the list. Let me travel light. Take a day and be more grateful than carrying grudges.
Absolutely. Let's give him a round of applause. Even as we get Akuku's final and parting shot. Tufungie show na my wisdom.
My wisdom hapa na pale. Anyway, one thing I would love to say is to the government, at least history sicklers, kama tunaweza even the insurances, because unapata the insurance covers, they are very, very hostile when it comes to people with chronic illnesses. The waiting period has to be 2 years. Kuna zingine hata they cannot cover you. They're like, you're too much of a risk. You know, so we need to find a way in which the government can also help with this, so that people with these conditions can actually have covers. And then medication equally easily available to all the hospitals that are around, and as equally cheaper or subsidized cost, so that at least watu wanaweza pata hizi medication. And also I have a very, very big group of sicklers, by the way, kids sana. Yeah, so if any of you who is watching, you'd love to help to at least atununulie mtu moja drugs pale, you're welcome. Slide in my DM on Instagram and Facebook, everywhere. Let's talk. Let's talk. Yeah. But again, sometimes happiness is not about money. I normally say this. Man, hakuna furaha poa sana ati you are alive. Yani uko tu hivi. Hakuna, yani you are alive. You can do anything. Hakunanga kitu poa kama hiyo. So whenever you are healthy and uko poa, that is the first wealth that you have.
Absolutely.
Because unaweza kuwa na mamilioni 10 and then one condition ama kitu tu moja ingia kidogo tu hivi, umerudi back to zero. So the first wealth that we have is health, man. Appreciate that every time.
Absolutely.
Time. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Asante Zulu for today, and my amazing audience as well. To Akuku Danger, continue living beautifully, continue loving and thriving, and continue making us laugh. We love to have you here, and thank you for using your voice to change lives. That is all we had for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to share your story with us, our email address is right here. Please feel free to write to us and we might just have you on the show. From me and the entire crew, asanteni sana. Until next time, adios.